Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens.
Hope you're ready to fumble, bro, because fucking rains every game in Baltimore, apparently.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Watch the run. Let's go.
First carry now for Justice Hill. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a shotgun handoff to Hill. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go one more. Sponge. No. Go. Switch.
Jackson from the shotgun. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing is Jackson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. Credit the tackle to Kentavious Street, the product of NC State.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, check. Slant. It's a six. Pull it. Half.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
He got the ball back.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Check nine.
On 3rd down, it's Hill. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
Put that team on the clock. Tight dog.
You want to follow?
Check. Motion out of the backfield.
I know you're not sending
Check Mike 54.
as you want to.
54. Yes, let's get that ball right here.
4th down. Here's Jackson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Ravens
How did you not win off the line? 11?
And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Curry. That'll be complete to Breida.
Oh, I forgot Breida got
He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork.
Gotta watch that guy.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space.
Come on, man.
Across the 20. Touchdown.
That's so damn corny, though.
Matt Breida, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And his kick is no good.
This is also the reason why I can never win kick of the year. I play in 8 ring games this season, bro. 8 fucking ring games this season. That's the very minimum.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. He got it stripped, but you can see the panic in his face from up here through the helmet. He was able to dive back on it.
A good bit of fortune for him, because oftentimes on a strip sack, when that ball is wrenched out of your grasp, it can go in any different direction. It can go way away from you. In this case, it didn't matter. He was able to get on it.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson got a man. It's Brown. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line. Now Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, a run for Hill.
Oh, give me that, bro.
Wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Here's Jackson to throw, and that will be incomplete. Joshua Jackson there to knock that one away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
If it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt, but with the rain, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Tucker now to kick it away.
Perfect accuracy of the kickoff. It always happens like that, man.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. The
last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. To escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way down to the 39.
Last time I ever let that
Play
happen,
there
bro.
for the Niners.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6.
Let's go, baby.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Curry.
There's Vaughn, boy. Let's go.
Even pressure too much.
Come here, buddy.
Down he goes. Von Miller. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively, not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Check three. Undercut. 25, check 12. Check 25. That's it. Mine's 49. Here we go.
Operating from the gun, Curry. He finds Corey Davis.
Taking that field goal.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, check. 45. Check Mike 45. 45. Mike 45. Here it comes. 45.
Now it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Mike 54. Army.
To throw on third down, Jackson. Looking left sideline, it's complete. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Jackson now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
56. Mike, 56. Yeah. 56. Exit. 56 to Mike. 56.
Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Check, Mike. 22, check, cover. 22, check, around him. Hey, watch it. Go, Sebastian, I got one. Mike.
Jackson on first down. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Nick Bosa, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Big stop, let's go. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Let's get it.
To throw is Jackson.
Wow.
And down he goes again. D Ford, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Here we go. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Yeah. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. You. Ready, go.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And this is caught.
Let's go, boy.
And he's able to get it
That's
down
why you
to
here,
the
my
2-yard
nigga.
line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. They come out here in the eye. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson.
That's all, boy. I hit you with the same play twice, buddy. Let's get it.
Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front.
Touchdown, Ravens. Justin Tucker lining up for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor. Oh, it's blocked. And the Niners have it. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, the 30, 20. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Flex. That's it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, but it'll be second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Throwing on first down. Curry. Oh, he's going to look end zone here for Pettis.
You better not catch that. Oh, about to fucking save, man. Like, come on, man.
Brings up second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Throwing again. Curry. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 50. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 3rd down, Curry. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
This is a fucking cloud flat, man. Like, come on, man.
Let's go now. 54. 53. Anyway. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Watch the run. 53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike. Right. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3.
On 1st and 10. Curry.
That's
going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Curry.
Yeah, buddy.
To escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. On third down, a run from Breida. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. From the gun, Jackson. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
You got it.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo.
Right there, bro.
It's a 58-yard attempt.
Man. Let's go.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58
in the leg.
Of leg behind it. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we see down in Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
The current formula is not working right now. He can run for it, and he will.
Stop, bro. Stop, bro. Stop,
He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 34.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they called the field general.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, Curry. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, Big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
To throw on second down. Curry, and the catch made by Hilton. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Operating from the gun. Curry. And he's got it. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try to run with Breida. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Second and 1.
That run didn't get very far, and I think
got the same color. Somebody got to tackle that motherfucker, man.
Short sack. Taken down at the 2.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Matt Breida, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
From the gun, Curry. And that is caught for the 2 points. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
You gotta be shitting me, man. You gotta be shitting me.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Man, y'all gonna get the
Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 47.
Staying open. Hey, 54. Mike, 54. Hayward. I got you, boy. Let's go. Get set.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Jim. Check 24.
To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and now it's second down.
At the Niners' 21-yard line.
Mike, 45. It's out. 22, Jet, Bomber. 22, Jet, Bomber. Bomber. Me. Jump. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Jack Rabbit.
Jackson will throw again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. DeForest Buckner in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
He's coming. He's here. We got double up. Alert, flare. Alert, off. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. You must be dreaming. Wahoo.
Now Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. This will be caught by Brown. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They come out here in the eye.
Right there, 54.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Get your swerve up. Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Yeah. Push him back. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4.
Here's Jackson.
That's right.
This is caught.
You gotta use it, buddy.
Baltimore.
Let's go.
Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5.
Ooh, my damn linebacker
past the
like that?
25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Those shit's for the birds, bro. I tell you, bro.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24.
Not only is the fucking proceeding was that bad, like, come on, bro.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 1st Curry.
Oh, come on!
Incomplete.
I need
Physical
that!
play on the football there, and it's
I
second down.
need that,
The beauty of
bro.
being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Bang, 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 bang.
Throwing again. Curry steps away.
Come
And
out,
he
bro.
gets
Come on
this
now.
inside the 35-yard line. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. On first down, here's Breida. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
49ers.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Curry. That is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
They're going to read option here.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 26, check 26.
This is Breida on the draw. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Bunch. Gun bunch. Let's get it.
The Niners on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, Curry. Toward the end zone. That's going to wind up incomplete.
Let's get it.
And what would the dime look that time on defense? Just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The kick by McManus is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They're going to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Jackson now, perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
To the pop ends, let's go.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited until the fourth quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Double up. He's coming, double up. Shift.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. First down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Check 52.
And an alley to run. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Go. Heavy. What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
Jackson from the shotgun. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The play's on. He can't. Okay, he's in there. All right, good. We're in good shape, fellas. Sink, man. We're gonna live right here.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act,
It's so
isn't it?
bullshit
Because
that
you're
he can
exactly
just get
right.
around
They're
that
none
old
too
defense like
pleased that
that,
they didn't
man.
punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
Around the
points is
entire
points.
defense.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them.
Respect.
Not easily
We'll have to show
done.
him
So one play, and they're already
Oh,
just
wow.
shy of midfield. He'll look to throw. And that
got
is
it.
incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Oh, my God.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he is
He's keeping
tackled
his QB and not
inside the
fumbling,
40,
bro. I don't
not quite to
understand.
the 35. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll be brought down on a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Are you kidding me, bro? Gotta be fucking kidding me, bro.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Out of the shotgun, Breida.
You erased the entire defense, bro, because of a fucking ability. Come on, man.
4 as they work with his 4-point fourth
Like,
quarter lead.
Jesus Christ.
Second and 6.
Literally about to erase my entire fucking pursuit of my defense, bro. That shit is so bad, bro.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's get some penetration. Get some penetration. Joker.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Let's go. 15 on it. Check cross. Kill. Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. And come on out here. Let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they
Let's
try
go.
to run pass option.
Let's
To
go,
the goal
boys.
line, but it's incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go. Deep, tighten up. That's it. 49, guys. Mike, 49. He's trying to win. He's trying to run. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Let's go, tight end. Let's roll. Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
On 4th down, Curry.
Yes, sir!
It's incomplete.
99,
They're
Bill.
turned away on 4th and goal.
Easy, my nigga.
And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
So the final seconds tick away in more victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Baltimore, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.